Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
We are popping open a bottle of Whisper. I do not have this one in my possession for no particular reason other than I just haven't purchased it yet. However, I feel like every time I've interacted with this one, I enjoy the scent, so maybe this one will be on my to-purchase list at some point.
And I think so. I've got the 5 milliliter bottle. I think they now only sell it in a roller bottle. So it's like a 10 milliliter pre-diluted roller bottle, which
That is
really
correct.
makes sense because this, what is this? The Blend for Women is what it's called. But most people who use this use it as perfume. So it kind of makes sense to have it as a roller bottle.
So interestingly enough, wrote my feedback down after we went to convention last time after I interacted with this one, just knowing that eventually we were going to get to this on the podcast. And I wrote down that when I smelled it from the bottle, cotton candy was the first thing that came to mind. But when I put it on my skin, it definitely had more of a perfumey smell. For better or for worse, I don't know if I loved it on me, but it definitely, the smell was different from the bottle versus on my skin.
Yeah. And the cool thing with this one is it actually interacts with your personal pheromones. So this is like a fun party trick oil. And I definitely used to do this. I'd have essential oil parties on a monthly basis. And a lot of times people would be like, can we pull out the Whisper? And it was so fun to literally like just put it on somebody. So I just put a little on my wrist and then smell it because it smells totally different from the bottle versus on your skin. And then it smells different on everybody. So for me, from the bottle, you said cotton candy. I actually smell like perfumey stuff from the bottle, but on my skin, it smells like baby powder, which is super weird. And I don't necessarily like that. So I wouldn't pick this as my personal scent, but like my husband's skin, it smells so good. If it could smell like that on my skin, I would wear this as perfume.
Interesting.
And I've done it before with like a group of 10 different women and each one of us smelled differently. So it's just so fascinating how, I guess, just how our body chemistry is different. And then you put this oil on it and it just interacts differently with everybody's body chemistry.
I'll read the ingredients here in a second because there are quite a few oils in it that I really, really like. But a couple of years ago when we were at convention, we were in a cab or Uber or whatever, and the guy was diffusing Whisper. And when we all got in the car, none of us knew what was being diffused. Like it smelled really good in there. And so all of us were asking him what it was. And he said, oh, it's Whisper. That totally threw me off because it was not what I felt like I had smelled from the bottle or my skin previously.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I forgot about that till you mentioned it, but it smelled good. And it, again, not what I would expect. So I guess in that sense, it's too bad that now they just do it in a roller bottle, but I don't think most people are diffusing this one.
Okay, so you have the bottle in front of you. Without looking, what is the first scent oil-wise that you smell?
Baby powder.
Not an option.
I don't know. Like this is complex. There's a lot going on here.
And there's a lot of oils in this.
I don't think any one stands out to me.
Okay, let's see if you're surprised or not. Okay, so I only have the ingredients for the roller bottle because that's the only thing that sells now. So the first ingredient is fractionated coconut oil. Actual oils, we've got patchouli, bergamot, sandalwood, vanilla bean absolute, rose, jasmine, cinnamon, vetiver, labdanum, I don't know how you say that, labdanum, cocoa seed, and ylang ylang.
Wow. Yeah, even you listing them, I'm trying to smell them as you say it. Like, I can't smell those, but that is a ton of oils and quite a few expensive oils too, like the rose and the jasmine. So, yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
So even after I read them, you still don't smell one particular one?
I don't. Like maybe a little bit of jasmine and kind of vanilla.
No patchouli, even though that's the top oils. There's an assumption the majority. Interesting.
No. But since patchouli is so like grounding and stuff, I bet it brings down the more floral oils too and kind of grounds them. And I do feel like this is like a grounding smell, but I don't smell the patchouli specifically.
So interestingly enough, their aromatic description is musky, warm, spicy, soft, and sweet. That's a lot of description words too.
It is. Well, and the cinnamon, did you say cinnamon or queso?
I did.
Cinnamon. That one doesn't surprise me. And I can't remember who of my friends it smells like cinnamon on, but definitely, again, with the big group of girlfriends, somebody in that group, every time they put it on, like it smelled like Cinnabuns or something, you know. It was so funny. It's like, I don't smell cinnamon at all on me, but on other people for sure.
So a long time ago, we had talked about kind of oils that were a little bit more like sensual, and neroli is kind of one of those oils that leans that way to me. I feel like there's a couple of oils in this, the ylang-ylang, the jasmine, the rose, that lead on that sensual size. We had talked that this is a little bit more hormone balancing. Have you read, or do you know, do people use this one as a sensual oil as well?
I definitely think so. And even if you think about like the reason why a lot of people wear perfume is to smell good for the opposite sex, you know? And so the fact that this interacts with your hormones and pheromones kind of plays on that too. This is random, but I, many years ago, worked for Victoria's Secret. And when I worked there, they came out with a perfume line that all was supposed to activate your pheromones. I don't know if they still sell that. I don't even know if it worked, but like that was really fascinating too, to like be trained on the science behind their perfume. And so I feel like this is just the natural version of that. But yeah, I do know that this one is intended to help balance specifically female hormones, but probably male hormones as well. And I have a friend, I don't know that she does it for this reason, but this is what she uses as her deodorant.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just uses a roller bottle of it. So, yeah, interesting benefits.
When Donald, your husband, put it on, did he like the scent of it on him?
I mean, it smelled like a woman's perfume. So
it does smell feminine.
It was kind of weird on him, but it smelled amazing. Again, if I could replicate that on me, I would wear this as a perfume. So, and I wonder too, I mean, it's been a few years since I put it on Donald, but our bodies are constantly changing. So I wonder if it would still smell the same way. And even like baby powder is what I smell. I don't love the baby powder smell, but I feel like I used to think it just smelled gross on me, and I don't think it smells gross. So I wonder if my hormones have shifted and changed too.
Right.
So, thank you, perimenopause.
Don't hear that very often.
I smell better with this essential oil.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, anything else on this oil?
I don't think so. You know, again, I don't have this one, but I feel like I'm intrigued to get it at some point just to be able to decide if I want to maybe combine it with something else as a personal perfume. Mm-hmm. I'm curious what it smells like on me from the roller bottle too. I guess it would have been the roller that we would have tried at convention because I think they had already made that change then. But yeah, I think I'll get it at some point.
Yeah. It's a fun one. Like I said, especially if you've got a group of people to test it on and then compare. I mean, I think you should just have this as a party trick.
I like it.
All right. Well, we hope you learned something new. We hope you're excited about Whisper Oil. We're so glad that you watched or listened to this today. So thank you for taking the time. We'll have a brand new episode for you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.